Episode 3 of Star Trek Picard aired. Let's see if it gets any better here. Oh, there he is. There he is. They're almost in Starfleet uniforms. Let's see what they say.
Code error in the operating system.
That's bullshit.
Oh, come on. This just makes me miss the days of Discovery. I mean, as ridiculous and not Star Trek as that was, at least it was memeable.
I like science.
At least in Discovery, we would have episodes where Harry Mudd would go throughout, like fake Harry Mudd anyway, would go throughout the ship and comically murder them over and over and over again. In the most hilarious way possible. You know, we would have cringe moments like this.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
So sorry.
And it's terrible and memeable and disgusting. The biggest problem I'm having with Picard is that it is just boring. It is not interesting. There's nothing on screen. When you do see Patrick Stewart, he's there trying to croak out his lines like me, but I've had a cold for like the past month. I'm getting over it. I just sound worse. It's just this crud that you kind of keep hacking up, but he's there. Oh, I'm Patrick Stewart. I'm Picard. We need a ship, and I can barely talk. What are you doing? Give him some tea. Let him sit down. Let him retire. I feel bad watching him on screen. I really, really do. I feel bad watching everybody on screen in this one. I feel uncomfortable with the amount of language with all of these Irish Romulans running around. And not only that, I took one look at this chick and I'm like, oh, is she on heroin? Is that why you got her veins bulging everywhere? Is that why she looks so emaciated? And you know what? I wasn't wrong. We'll get to that in a second. But this is...
I mean, the obvious way to go would be, you have some goddamn nerve.
Again, going out of their way to swear at old man Picard, to be completely disrespectful. I want to be on a crew with this woman. And not only that, I have to pull this one up here too. You go here and she's on, I thought it was space heroin initially. My first thought was because she was emaciated, because her veins are popping out all over the place. I thought it was space heroin. No, it's space meth. Because my initial reaction based on the body type of the actor that they have here went right to, oh, she looks like a junkie. And she is. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. She is in this trashy trailer out at Vasquez Rock. And they even have the audacity to just come out and say, oh, no, it's just Vasquez Rocks in modern time. Because Kirk fought the Gorn there. Why not? They've used it so many times in Star Trek as other planets. Now we're just going to admit that it's Vasquez Rocks. And this was the part that was watchable for me. Anything after this was just so dark. A lot of action sequences again. Irish Romulans again for some reason, and a little Mrs. Doyle who he's got working for him in his house, or old man Picard, the little Irish Romulan chick. She when she's not going around feck, just like Mrs. Doyle from Father Ted, she's going around making, oh, well, you're just from the north. He's a northerner like you. Okay. Did they rework some sort of a script where it has nothing to do with Star Trek? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like they reworked a script that has nothing to do with Star Trek. And then they went in and watched like my reviews, the Midnight's Edge reviews, Doomcock's reviews, Gary's reviews on Nerdrotic. And they found all of the things that we would mention, like Measure of a Man and Drumhead. And they did a quick wiki of it. Quick memory alpha search, because that's the Star Trek wiki. And they completely missed the mark on what these episodes actually meant and discussed and taught us. And they're just kind of they're name dropping Bruce Maddox again, because that's who they're going off to find, because he was building this army of data like synthetics, because we're in Blade Runner now. We need synths. It's frustrating. It is dark, gritty. It is boring. It is the most boring Star Trek episode. I couldn't even sit through this. It's like Batwoman. You know, it's like going in and trying to watch Batwoman and having to go back 5 times because you get distracted by everything else. And at least Batwoman gives us that every now and then. And not nearly enough. And they don't add that soundtrack for effect like I did. Because I added that one because I was amused by it. I like to improve things to be entertained by them. Because that's what entertainment is for. Make it entertaining. I need my writing crop. I need it on this one. Make it entertaining. Don't just make this boring knockoff crap of every other boring knockoff generic science fiction stuff that is floating around. I don't want to watch that crap. If I wanted to watch all these boring modern sci-fi shows, I would. No. I'm watching this because I want to watch Star Trek. And they're making me not ever want to watch Star Trek again. This is so bad. They are making me something because they don't like Star Trek. Because they want to make anything other than Star Trek. They've got to go in and actively do everything they can to talk down to the Star Trek character. The one Star Trek character that's actually in this. And as you guys remember, TV Guide had this big fake cover a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks back, where they said, oh yes, Picard, Riker, Data are back on the bridge. No, they're not. No, they're not. Data's not even in this. He's in Picard's head as a memory. Data's dead. Data's been dead since Nemesis. He's been dead. He's not in this. Not only that, you've got this mystery key girl to everything in the first episode where Picard's like, I will protect you no matter what because I've just met you and you are the most important thing ever and I owe this to my good friend Data who I had 2 scenes with. And that's how he sounds. That's how he sounds. He probably sounds worse than I do. And then she probably dies in the most hilarious way possible. She just, like Mars Attacks, they just vaporize her. Oh, and that was the first episode. They could, you know how they could improve this? Just make her die. Just make 1,000,000 of them. Just make that chick die. Like, not the actress, obviously. We don't have anything against her. She's fine. She's just a young actress. She doesn't know what she's getting into. And she'll have a job for life because of the conventions. That's what Star Trek is now. It's just conventions. It would be hilarious though if they just went and killed Doge every episode, like she's Kenny from South Park or something. But they're not going to do that. They don't have the guts to do that. They just want to give us this boring, badly lit, badly directed, badly written. And it's even not even that greatly, not very well acted either. Like, they're fine, but whatever they're trying for in this, nothing hits, nothing meets the mark. And in this episode, he finally is getting his crew together. He's finally getting a ship. He's finally getting his crew filled with all of these, losers, slackers, smugglers. It's cute. It's been done so many times by so many better shows. And the fact that they think this is going to be Star Trek now could have worked if you had somebody decent writing it. But no. We still have Kurtzman, Michael Chabon, all these people who really don't get why Star Trek was good. They don't understand how to write in a science fiction setting, so they're writing this generic schlocky soap opera. The teenage girl, like the Doge chick, she's not Doge in this episode because she's the other one and she's been the other one for the last 2 episodes, but I don't care. I just call her Doge because I just can't be arsed at this point. I don't care. They can't be bothered to light the fucking show, so why should I be bothered to remember the names of the people on it? I mean, we can't even see them anyway. They all look alike. You got you got the Irish guy. He's got like a hologram somewhere. Is it the same Irish guy? I thought it was the Spanish guy who's doing flying the ship, doing an Inigo Montoya impression. No, I don't know. I get all these people confused because they're all kind of dark hair, beardy, gross looking people. They don't look like they shave or bathe or anything. And then you got the other chick, little Doge chick, jumping in and out of bed with them all the time. Like, okay, is that a different guy than the one she's banging? I don't know. I don't care. Because all these people look the same to me on these shows anymore because they don't bother to turn on the freaking lights so you can see anything. Like, seriously, what's going on here? I don't know. bunch of guys in masks or some dumb crap. I couldn't tell you. I really, really couldn't. It's so darkly lit. You got your little Romulan people here. This is, I guess, on the Borg cube. Oh yeah, we get Hugh back. Nobody bothers to tell you, hey, that's Hugh. This guy doing his Inigo Montoya impression. I guess this is the captain of the ship. He's got, what, an Irish leprechaun hologram on there for some reason, but he's doing a Spanish accent, so I don't know what's going on. They don't bother to tell me anything because this am Star Trek now. This is what passes for it. You got all these action sequences. Oh yeah, then you got some random Romulan guy who takes like a cyanide capsule, an acid capsule or something. Again, another one where they blow themselves up. This am Star Trek now, and I don't like it. And like, at least we can kind of see this here. But I guess the captain's not the same guy as this guy. But I think this is the one she was jumping in and out. I don't know. Everybody looks the same. It's too dark. It's too talky. Then you got this random chick somewhere saying, oh, you smell like Doge, or whoever the crap you were. Is not her name, not Doge. I can't remember. And because basically, if they, like I said, if they can't be bothered to light the thing, then I'm not gonna be bothered to remember the names of these stupid people on the show. It is boring. Oh, also this chick, she goes along with him because little Miss Mousy, you know, I'm scared of my own shadow. She got a visit from a Romulan, or not a Romulan, a Vulcan in sunglasses to talk to her about Admiral Picard. Oh, you met with Admiral Picard, didn't you? So she kills somebody. What are we doing? When did Star Trek become so bad? Oh yeah, I know. When Alex Kurtzman took over and J.J. Abrams, I guess, specifically. I really tuned out about halfway through this episode. I couldn't even tell you half of the plot because it's just all blah, 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 blah. I'm old man Picard and I don't know what I'm talking about and it takes me an hour to say anything. I like Patrick Stewart. I'm not making fun of him, but please, this is just... Can you retire? We don't need to see old man Picard croaking out lines that he's not physically capable of doing on a show that is just not Star Trek. He's the only Star Trek character and he's barely even Star Trek in this. He's wearing his own day clothes. He's not even in uniform for most of the time. He's in uniform for one scene for what? No reason. I thought that they didn't reinstate him as Admiral because he quit Starfleet, so now he's back in uniform for some reason. I don't know. I missed that one. I'm sure you guys paid more attention than I did. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I can't give this episode any higher than a 2 out of 10 just because it made me miss the ridiculous memeable discovery.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
See you guys in the next video or live stream. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.